Stern now, a combat veteran, Purple Heart recipient, the founder and CEO of Project Dynamo. I know you have a team on the ground in Sudan helping to rescue Americans who are trapped right now, and you're in Cairo. We do appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us, Bryan.
Thanks for having us.
Bryan, what are you hearing from your contacts about the situation on the ground and how quickly things are devolving?
Two really big data points. Number one is that the situation is very fragile. The ceasefire is very fragile. There's every reason to believe that it will hold, and there's even more reason to believe that it will fail. So it is Jenga. It's pickup sticks. It's very delicate. Number one. Number two, the opportunity for mistakes is very real. So command and control between the different groups is not the 82nd Airborne Division where the colonel speaks and everyone listens. So just because the higher ups make an agreement doesn't mean a young kid doesn't make a mistake that turns into the shot heard around the world.
Yeah. What are you most concerned about at this time? Is it the ceasefire being shattered?
I mean, this is an active war zone. Project Dynamo operates in war zones. We're kind of used to this sort of thing between Afghanistan, Ukraine, Russia, Hurricane Ian. I mean, this is very much our environment where we thrive. So what are we worried about? Pretty much everything. We're worried about flat tires. We're worried about gunshots. We're worried about everything that could possibly go wrong that would put an American or one of our allies in jeopardy.
Tell me about how the rescue missions are going so far.
Very complicated. Very complicated. We, as you know, we're donor funded. People can help us by going to projectdynamo.org. These operations cost money. Checkpoints cost money. Gas is at a big premium. Water is at a huge premium. Food is hard to find. So all the resources that go into doing these operations, as expected, become hard to acquire and hard to get. And obviously the prices drive up supply and demand.
What does this look like? Are people contacting you and saying, we want to get out, and then you're trying to move them by land? This is not an air operation. You're just trying to drive them out of the country at this point?
We're setting conditions for air and land. Don't be surprised if you see us do an air operation. The situation right now doesn't lend itself to that for now, but I think that is definitely on the table for the next 72 hours for sure. But what does it look like? Unknown. These things are these types of conflicts take on lives of their own. Does it spill over to neighboring countries? Do we see genocide? Do we see rape? What does that turn into? On the African continent, war is a special flavor that the West isn't really accustomed to.
Okay. Bryan Stern, we appreciate your work and appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.